piso-piso lang na slides, okay? Para, ano lang, para mahabaan pa natin yung pagsasama natin, okay? So, pagpatuloy lang natin, refracting a geriatric patient. So, this is what usually happens sa mga pasyenteng tumataas yung blood sugar, no? So, there's actually sa crystalline lens natin, there's one route, no, from our system, okay? Okay, that connects blood, no, to the crystalline lens, or from our system, okay? There's one route that connects to the crystalline lens. Okay, so pag tumataas yung blood sugar ng pasyente, usually vision fluctuates. It could shoot up to plus 300, plus 400. Surprisingly, may pasyente plus 400, plus 500. Okay? Nung tumaas yung blood sugar niya. Okay? Diabetes mellitus type 2 yun. Okay? Parang symptomatic na siya that time at hindi siya nagpapa-check, no? So that's why it's very important to have your lab tests done, yung mga ano ninyo, yung mga FBS ninyo, okay, fasted blood sugar, yung mga triglycerides, no? At least once a year, no, yung mga creatinine levels pag sa mga matatanda. Okay? Gaya nga ng sasakyan, after mo siya magamit ng 5 years, no, doon na umuumpisa yung sakit, no? Doon na nagwe-waste, may wasting, no, ng mga parts niya, no, same din sa katawan natin. Okay, so all throughout the years ng pagtatrabaho, no, so ayun, no, may wasting away, may degeneration ng mga parts, and yun, no, and to troubleshoot it, kailangan mag-undergo ng lab testings. Okay, so actually, ang general doctor, general physician, usually ang nagre-request niyan. Okay? So yun, it could shoot up from plus 300, plus 400, plus 500, no? Yung pinakamataas na grado na nakuha ko, no, from sudden increase in blood sugar is plus 4. Then immediately nung nang ginamot na siya, okay, the week after bumaba siya by 300. Okay, tapos nung nag-okay na talaga yung blood sugar levels niya, from plus 400 naging plano, plano. Okay, so ganun ka drastic yung change. Okay? So Doc Gas, bakit nagbigay ka pa ng salamin? Alam mo naman palang magpaplano siya, or bakit pa tayo magbibigay? Because, okay, to satisfy, no, or to temporarily satisfy, no, the patient. Siyempre, plus 4, imagine plus 4. What visual acuity do you expect sa pasyente may plus 4? Okay, it could range from plus 2100 and poorer. Okay, pwedeng 2200 siya. So, obviously guys, pag 2200, para ka ng bulag, hindi ka nakakita. Kita mo lang yung form ng tao, o yung mga details hindi mo malaman, or yun, kulay lang siguro, pero yung details, yung ilong from afar, from a distance of 10 feet, hindi mo na makita yan. Cheers tayo guys, coffee. Okay, so bibigay ka talaga ng grado. Okay, and then syempre yung bibigay mo na type of lens is mumurahin lang, because you'd be expecting na baka pag umoki yung blood sugar niya, baka bumaba to, palitan ko na lang. Okay? So yun. Patients with unstable blood glucose levels require referral as well as patient education on expected spectacle lens changes until their glucose levels are stabilized. Now, in objective refraction naman, okay, dapat pala una tong objective refraction. Okay? Retinoscopy can be more difficult in older patients because of small pupils. Imagine, no? When you shine a light, okay, kapag nag-illuminate ka sa mata direkta, we expect constricted pupils, o nag-constrict siya. Tapos dala pa na ang liit na pupils niya. So ano na lang 'yun, ilang mm na lang 'yun. 1 mm, 2 mm. Ang hirap no? Hindi mo makita. You notice, no, if it's neutral na. Are you doing retinoscopy na? Gumagawa na po ba tayo retinoscopy? Nag-retinoscope na ba tayo? Marunong na tayo? Very good, very good. So imagine, mahirap. Pero hindi naman lahat ng matatanda ganyan, ha? Okay, hindi naman lahat matatanda. Manaretino pa rin naman siya. Okay? Tapos, yun, may mga irregularities pa and opacities. Moving to closer than usual observation distances or moving off axis may provide an easier retinoscopic reflex known as radical retinoscopy. Okay, so ilang inches nga ba tayo, yung examiner, from the patient when you do retinoscopy? Sino makakasagot? Is it 2? 2.5? Ilan? Ilan ba? Sorry, 20 inches ba? Ilan ba? 16 inches. From the examiner to the patient, gaano kalayo when you do retinoscopy? 20 inches, tama. Actually, guys, nagtanong din ako niyan actually kasi nagtutulong sa ibang school. Parang sabi sila na parang 16 o 17. Parang ganun. Anyway, okay. So, yun. Parang napatanong lang ako sa self ko kasi alam ko 20 inches talaga yun. And then, alam nyo bakit may tattoo si Doc Das dito? Because it's actually for the retinoscopy. Okay? So, mahilig ako mag-retinoscopy. Okay? So, yun. 20 inches tayo, but in radical retinoscopy, conforme o depende. So, we do the calculations, right? So, it's if yung isa-subtract niyo from the gross, subtract niyo from the gross. I-divide niyo is, 'di ba, pag ganito 40 dahil inches eh. So divided by 20, 'di ba? 20 inches. So, you get 2 diopters, no? You get 2 diopters, okay? So yan yung 2 diopters, tama ba? I-subtract natin sa gross, 'di ba? So yun. But in radical retinoscopy, yan, kumbaga hindi yan default, okay? Ikaw mismo, variable yan. For example, nakita mo yung reflex at 5 inches. Ganun kalapit. Parang ganito, parang ganyan. Ganyan kalapit. So, sobrang lapit na. Okay? Okay, so mag-solve tayo. For example, yung gross mo is, let's say, -2. Ano yung magiging net natin? May makakasagot ba? So 5 inches mo sa nakuha, 5 inches mo na ano? May pumapasok pa ata. Ano ba to? Sige. Yan. Kung gets po na, ano po natin. So, neutralize mo siya at -2 diopters. Okay? Neutralize natin siya at sa -2 diopters. Okay? Tapos, neutralize mo siya at 5 inches. May makakapag-solve ba? Ten diopters. Okay, tingnan natin ha. So, 40 divided by 5. Ilan yun? Okay, 8. Tama. Tapos, plus -2, 10 diopters. Very good. At least responsive kayo, alam nyo na. Yan po ang radical retinoscopy. Okay, huwag niyong kalimutan yan ha. Isasama natin yan sa exam. And radical retinoscopy is usually done for patients with low vision. Okay, actually sa low vision talaga nag-originate yan, yung radical retinoscopy. Okay, at laging nakatanong yan sa board exams ha. Okay, radical retinoscopy is a type of retinoscopy used for low vision patients. Okay, since sa low vision patients kasi, pahirapan ang kumuha ng reflex dyan. Okay? Pahirapan ang kumuha ng reflex dyan. Okay? So, you get small pupils, you get opacified cornea or an opacified lens. So, di ba, ang hirap. And then, hindi mo siya ma-ER. The only way is to do radical retinoscopy. Next, subjective refraction. Sensitivity to blur may be reduced because of small pupils or because of media or retinal changes that affect visual discrimination. Okay? So, along with it also, siyempre hindi naman yan kasi when we do ophthalmoscopy, hindi naman yung magnification yan is parang kumbaga makita natin yung mga nangyayari talaga sa loob eh. Okay? But if you look into literatures, the cornea is slowly, no, opacifying in the ano, pero napaka ano, ano tawag nito? Level na very, very, very mild along with the vitreous humor actually. Okay? So, the optical media gets a little bit compromised. Okay? That's why may mga pasyente tayong 2020, hindi eksaktong 2020. 2020 minus 2, minus 1. Okay? Pero ang goal natin dyan, at least maging functional sila. And if if 80 na sila, 85 na nakaka 2020 pa, bonus na yan actually. If 2030 or 2040 lang, no, yan yung magiging final, the best corrected visual acuity, actually goods na yan. Okay? At least functional na yan. With that 2030 or 2040 vision, okay, kaya nilang mamuhay na kahit sila lang. Okay? Kaya nilang, alam mo yun, yung mga activities of daily living, they can still do it. Okay? So next, a slower presentation of alternatives and sometimes repeated presentations can become necessary. That is for refraction. Kailangan pa ulit-ulit. Okay? Minsan kasi, alam mo kasi yung refraction, laro din ng psychology yan eh. Laro din yan eh. Yung may thinking kasi na alam nila na mas mataas tong binibigay mo, sabihin nila, mas malinaw yan. Alam niyo yan? So dapat, i-mix nyo minsan, i-confuse ninyo. Okay? So minsan yung number 1 ko, yan yung higher lens. Okay, tapos minsan i-mix ko ulit. Yung number 1 ko, yan yung lower lens. Minsan yung number 1 ko, lens lang. Okay? So that's how I do refraction for all the individuals and even kids, no? Minsan sabi lang nila malinaw dahil, di ba, parang tumataas na yung boses mo. No? So, each diopter na nilalagay natin is very significant. So let's be careful. Later on, no, you be careful, no, when you put, no, or when you prescribe lenses or decide for the lenses of the older individuals. Okay? And alam naman natin ng rule, no? Greatest plus, least minus. Okay? Tandaan natin yan, ha? Now, visual acuity in older patients are more affected by the luminance of the test chart and the distribution of light within luminous environment. Okay? So, for older individuals, okay, so they are very sensitive. Sometimes they prefer medyo warm light, no, when doing visual acuity, with just the normal light, no, or medyo dim. So, with all these elements, no, you need to be keen, no, KEEN, you need to be observant. Saan yung mas prefer nila? Maybe with that, no, you could suggest that later on, and sa environmental modification, you could suggest to the ano sa kasama niya na ay ito prefer ni nanay, parang warm, no, medyo yellowish. Mas nakakita siya sa loob ng mata. Okay? Because some of them, no, example, mayroong mga PSC or posterior subcapsular cataracts. Okay, they have good peripheral retina, but the central retina or yung macula is hindi na okay. So they could benefit from warm lights, from a little bit dim na illumination. Okay? Whereas yung mga may cataract na diffused lang, yung overall na cataract, no, mas prefer nila na mas maliwanag. Okay? So ang magandang setup talaga sa isang optometric clinic is naiiba yung lights niya. Okay? Naiiba yung lights. May lights na parang preferred. Okay? Para malaman mo din kung ano yung preference ng pasyente, ng matanda. Okay? So meron yan eh, no? May warm yan, may daylight, may combination. Okay? So yun. Pinhole visual acuity testing can be used to estimate whether impaired visual acuity is due to correctable refractive error. So pinhole visual acuity, all of the central yung mga anomalies or conditions na center yung insult. For example, nuclear cataract sa gitna yan. Okay? Central scarring ng cornea, so sa gitna yan. So when you do pinhole, it gets even worse. Ano pa? All types of maculopathy, lahat ng sakit sa macula. Okay, so macular edema, central serous retinopathy, egg yolk retinopathy, macular hole, okay, ano pa? Macular star, lahat ng may macula sa una. Okay? So, when presented with pinhole, okay, mas lalabo yung visual acuity. Okay? Kasi the only way that they could see is through peripheral retina eh. Tapos tinakpan mo pa lahat. So, gitna na lang titira, tapos baldado o sira pa yung gitna, eh wala na silang makita. Okay? So, just for your information pala, one of the common, besides no AMD, age macular degeneration, no, common din sa mga matatanda is what we call CSR. Sinabi ko to, no? CSR. So, CSR is central serous. Ewan ko, narinig nyo na yan. Retinopathy. Narinig na ba yan? Yun na ba yan? Central serous retinopathy. Quite common yan, na. Pero, medyo hindi na di-discuss. So, central serous retinopathy, hindi lang naman yan sa geriatric age. Okay? Pwede siya mag-start 40s or 50s. Okay? Ang nangyayari dyan, the macula gets, parang nagkakaroon ng pamamaga, edema. It's actually idiopathic. It's more of parang psychological siya because usually, ang central serous retinopathy, people who get this have type B personality, ang bilis mainis, laging stress, parang konti-konti lang, parang mag-burst. Ano yung mga ganon? So that's central serous retinopathy. It's idiopathic. Hindi mo alam kung saan talaga siya nanggaling. Basta na lang namamaga yung macula. It resolves on its own, no? When you get inflammatory drops for the macula. Okay? Ano nga tawag dito? Nakalimutan ko na ang term. I'll get back on that, no? So, when you get anti-inflammatory medications for the macula, okay, para mas bumilis, but it could resolve on its own. For example, the patient medyo hindi na siya ganun ka-stress, no? So, yun. So, that's about pinhole, no? And central vision, okay? So, recommended charts sa mga matatanda would be ETDRS, Logmar charts, the charts for LV. The thing about Snellen is yung Snellen na kung saan tayo tinitrain, di ba? Yung EFPTOZ. Ang dali ma-familiarize, di ba? Lalo na kung kapag ilang taon ka ng pasyente sa clinic, ang dali niya ma-familiarize. At yan ang kalaban natin. Okay? Kasi kapag nakikita niya, example, yung DEFPOTEC, DEFPOTEC, nakikita na niya. Memorize na niya. Hindi mo ngayon malalaman kung may difference ba yung 0.25 sa 0.50 saka 0.75. Kasi nakikita na niya di ba? Okay? Dok, pareho lang lahat nakikita ko. Okay. Pero ang approach diyan, if ever yun pa rin yung nyo yun pa rin yung chart nyo Saan po ba mas maganda diyan? Saan mas malinaw? O yun, ikot-ikutin niyo yung yung number 1, number 2, number 3 ninyo na lens, okay? So kalaban natin 'yan. Yung familiarization. Hindi get familiar, medyo mahirap na yung magiging accurate yung findings natin, especially with minimal astigmatism or minimum astigmatism. So yun, that's for the ETDRS and Logmar charts. Okay? Pipe ng kape ko. Okay? So the most appropriate near vision addition can be determined in various ways. but the desired viewing distance dominates the decision for the typical older patient. I don't know if nag-refract na kayo, guys, ha? There's this thing called the Donders rule or the Donders method. Para sa chart. Na kapag yung isang pasyente 40, okay, immediately, okay, or yung supposed na grado niya for his reading, pag 40 is plus 1. Okay, pag 41 and 42, plus 1 to 5. Okay, or 40 to 41 plus 1, 42 to 43 parang plus 1 to 5. Pag 44 to 45 plus 1, 150. Okay? So plus pag 46 to 47 plus 175 and so on and so forth. Yan, okay? Yan yung parang predicted, yan yung parang parang yung age, yung parang yung angkop sa age mo, no? Na grado. Okay? Donders rule or Donders method yan. Nga lang, guys, depende. Doesn't always follow, we don't always follow it. So for me, I don't always follow the Donders method. Okay? Kapag nagbabasa ka 16 to 20 inches, mga ganyan lang. Pwede yun. Donders method, okay na okay yun. But some patients, surprisingly, gusto nila magbasa na sobrang lapit. Okay? And if sobrang if mas malapit nagbabasa ng pasyente, we need more dioptric power to satisfy. Okay? To satisfy, okay, yung clarity. For example, the patient is 59 years old. Okay, so expected yan plus 275. But the patient wants to read like this. Okay, try nyo plus 3. Okay. Kasi from there, lilinaw, kumaga mas ma-appreciate niya yun. Excuse me. Excuse me. Some patients also, they want to read like this. Kumaga, ang layo. Yung mga ganyan, ha? Medyo intermediate. So, babaan nyo. For example, patient 59, try 225 or try 200. Pag sobrang layo, ha? Okay, ito talaga. Parang intermediate na yan. Sobrang layo. Ng mga 40 centimeters. Ang layo. So, you try. Start mo muna 250 muna. Okay. Lumilinaw po ba? Example, ganyan siya. Naglagay ka ng trial frame. Okay. Lagay mo. 250 muna. Okay. Plus 250. Okay lang, anak. Namabasa ko. Okay. Tapos, nakalagay ka na plus 250. Lagyan mo minus 25, dalawang mata. Ito po ba? Tingnan mo. Then, ay, parang lumilinaw. Okay. Tapos, tanggalin mo minus 25. Lagyan mo ulit ng minus 50. Tam! Ay, mas malinaw to. Ito yung gusto ko. Yan. Minus 2. Plus 2. Yan yung magiging reading add niya. So, conforme o depende sa kung paano yung pasyente magbasa. Okay? So, yun. Lalo na mga driver, yung mga mekaniko. Okay? Mekaniko, pwedeng Donders method, pwede mong gawin dyan. Pero yung mga driver, okay? Sanay na malayo yung ng kamay, lapat ng yung parang pag nila, mga ganon, di ba? So, depende. It's always crucial and important, no, to ask kung ano yung trabaho ng pasyente. Okay? Kung anong trabaho ng pasyente, ano ginagawa ng pasyente. Good afternoon, Tukayo. Iyan ka rin pala, ha? Kakadating mo lang, ha? Okay. O, sige. So, depende, no? Depende sa kung ano kalayo yung pasyente. Next, a variety of methods can be used to determine the power of the addition, the range of clear vision, biochrome, yung duochrome natin, cross-cylinder, and near techniques. Okay? Cross-cylinder, hindi ko na natatandaan yan, guys. Turuan nyo lang si Doc Gas pag pumunta ako dyan. Okay? So, yun. And usually naman kasi subjective naman maglagay ka, di ba? Next, the quantity and quality of illumination should be optimized, and older patients generally should be given advice on how to arrange their lighting for prolonged near visual task. In low vision, that's called task lighting. Okay? For example, you're reading, dapat kung siyempre even with just illumination, guys. Okay? example, yung visual acuity mo at near is J3. Okay? It could be improved. No? From J3, pwede siya mag J2 and even J1. Yan yung wonders ng illumination. And most especially task lighting. Kasi sa task lighting, kung ano lang binabasa mo, dyan yung dyan yung nakalagay yung light. Okay? So, lahat ng illumination andun sa binabasa ng pasyente. So, task lighting could be done with the different lamps. Yung mga lamps na adjustable yung head. And dapat walang shadow ng pasyente. Diba? So, i-position mo siya na walang shadow yung pasyente. Kasi pag may shadow, makakompromise na yan. So, later on, when you do your geriatrics, when you refract, no, yung mga presbyop ninyo na geria, no, pwede yung, ito mga pinagsasabi ni Doc Gas, pwede nyo na itong i-apply. Okay, so preparation din, tulong ko din sa inyo, of course, no. And of course, guys, tandaan natin, no, na these are not just, kumbaga, hindi lang to parang, I'm sharing this, hindi lang, paano ba? Hindi lang para magkaroon kayo ng matataas na score, but these are actually real life na mga situations, okay? Again, hindi si Doc Gas bookish, no? So, more of experiences. May lead kasi ako makipagsalamu at mag-ano sa mga tao. Okay? So, yes, you could really apply this later on, no? When you do your refraction na, when you do your patients. Okay? Yan. Next is visual field assessment. Visual field losses are more common in older patients, which may come from glaucoma, chorioretinal disease, optic atrophy, and visual pathway disorders. So most visual field testing is done with automated perimetry. Visual field is rarely done in the real setup on the real world, not unless when you're working in an eye center. Okay? So, pero mahalaga siya, guys, no? Especially when patient is, kumbaga, parang suspected siya of having glaucoma. In glaucoma kasi, guys, yung glaucoma, hindi lang naman yung intraocular pressure yung hallmark niyan. O ibig sabihin, kapag mataas yung intraocular pressure mo, diagnosed na kagad na glaucoma, hindi. Okay? Maraming maraming pinipinpoint yan or maraming mga points yan, no, for you to say. Parang syndrome siya, no? Oh, for you to say na parang na Down syndrome dapat ganito yung forehead niya, ganito yan. Yung ganyan din yung glaucoma. So yung IOP, hindi lang naman yan yung parang hallmark or point na kumbaga, mataas to, glaucoma ka na kagad. Suspect lang. Okay? Nakalimutan ko yung term eh. But there's this condition kung saan mataas yung IOP, but then there is no noticeable damage in the retina and in the visual field. Okay, ocular hypertension, that's the term. Okay, ocular hypertension, you get high IOP, mataas yung IOP mo, mataas yung presyon mo. And again, guys, when you say presyon sa mata, it's different sa presyon sa katawan. Okay, different yan Okay. So, yung pressure mo sa katawan, yun yung mga hypertension, okay? Yun yung blood pressure mo na pinapacheck sa Pero yung iba din yung pressure sa mata, ha? Yun, we have ocular fluids running through our eyes, no? Or circulating sa eyes natin. So, what happens? Bakit tumataas yun? Yung mga daluyan kasi ng mga tubig na yun kung saan dumadaan, sumisikip, no? So, kaya tumataas yung presyon. Just like host, no? Yung host, di ba? Kung sino dito yung tumutulong sa parents na magdilig ng mga bulaklak, di ba? Pag yung host, mo, parang, di ba, parang pinaliit mo yung butas niya, di ba? Tapos nilagay mo sa lupa, di ba? Yung lupa parang nasisira. Okay, same din yan. So, kapag tumaas yung pressures, no? Dahil sumikip yung daluyan ng tubig sa loob ng mata, nasisira yung loob ng mata. Particularly yung optic nerve. Okay? So, yung attachment kasi sa optic nerve, yan yung medyo manipis eh. Diba? Yan yung medyo manipis na parte. So, yun yung nasisira. Okay? And, pag sinabing glaucoma, una is IOP. Second is, yung optic disc and optic cup. Evaluate mo yan. Okay? You could have an OCT, no? Ocular coherence tomography. Okay, i-evaluate kung may damage nga ba yung ugat ng mata. And pangatlo is yung visual field. Okay? Doon mo malalaman pag may glaucoma. Kapag sa may visual field, nagkakaproblema na. Nababawasan na yung lawak ng paningin mo. Yan yung visual field, ha? Yan yung layman's niya. Okay? So, pasensya na kayo guys, sobrang Tagalog ko. That's how I understand things. I kino-convert ko siya sa layman's para maintindihan ko. So, mas nababawasan yung lawak ng paningin mo. Okay? So, una muna, yan lang muna sa gilid. Tapos hanggang unti-unti, hanggang maging parang tumitingin ka na lang sa tunnel. No? Yung tunnel vision. So, ang pagkuha ng visual field sa mga matatanda, ang gold standard talaga dyan dapat, yung gusto mong precise talaga, is through Goldman perimetry. Okay. Perimetry. Yan, Goldman nga. Okay. So, Goldman. Double N yan eh. Yan, double N nga. Goldman perimetry. Yan. Like, you're inside, no, a machine na parang dome, and may hawak-hawak ng joystick. Inside the machine, lalagay yung near prescription mo, okay, nakafocus ka lang sa target, tapos biglang may magfa-flash na lights. The moment na may flash ng lights, pindutin mo yung joystick, tak. Okay, sa lahat ng quadrants ng visual field mo. Okay, then, after that, lalabas na yung result. Okay, dun mo malalaman pag may missing. Okay? May missing sa visual field mo. Yeah. Ito yung automated perimetry. Yan yung Goldman perimetry. Ito yung kalimitan or yung ito yung ginagamit talaga lagi. So, okay. So, kinetic perimetry is done to map out detailed shape of scotomas. Okay. And Amsler grid. Ito din, no? So, yung Goldman perimeter is for overall. Pero kung gusto mo na mas detailed na sa gitna lang, Amsler grid. So, ang alam natin, so it's a piece of paper with grids and a dot at the center. So, ang goal dyan, pwede yan na pang pa-take home sa mga pasyente. Okay? So, every day, every single day, patinginin mo lang sa may monocularly, patinginin mo lang sa may papel na yan. Okay? Look at it. Okay? And then, tignan, pag kumpleto pa yung grids, tignan kung andyan pa yung dot sa gitna. Okay? Absent. Okay? Absence of the dot. Okay? Or absence of a dot is a red flag already. Other manifestations would be like a micropsia, tama? Okay? So, parang may nagbiminify yung sa gitna, macropsia, lumalaki, and metamorphopsia, distorted yung gitna. So, it's a manifestation or a signal that something is happening sa likod ng mata. Yun. Color vision testing. The purpose of testing color vision is twofold. Number one, identification of color vision anomalies can assist in the diagnosis or detection of pathological changes in the visual system. Now, ang pinaka-common kasi is yung congenital na type eh. And that's usually for the boys, no? Okay. Deuteranopia. Iaano ko na naman, i-confirm ko kung tama pa kasi siyempre mamaya. Okay. Yan, tama. Deuteranopia or Deuteranopia. Okay, red-green color blindness. It's common among boys, no? It's congenital, nasisimula sa pagkabata. At madadala nila ito habang buhay. It doesn't progress. Ibig sabihin, yan lang talaga. Kung nakikita nila yung red as violet, yan na lang forever. Not unless may onset ng sakit sa mata. Okay? So, it could also assist, no, in detecting pathological changes. So, kapag mga deuteranopia na siya o tritanopia, okay, so it's a red flag or yung achromatopsia, yung nagiging parang grayscale na lang yung paningin mo. Okay? Dito ba, may nilagay ba ako dito na, wala. Wala ako nilagay dito na test. Siguro, i-ano nyo din yan, tatakal nyo din yan sa low vision ninyo. Okay. So, we all know Ishihara, di ba? Tandaan nyo guys, yung Ishihara, it only detects deuteranopia or eutanopia or red-green color blindness. Okay? So, yun lang ang kaya niyang i-diagnose. So, how to diagnose other conditions, no? So, you use D15, yan, D15, or D100, or yung HRR test, no? Hardy-Rand-Littler. Okay? So, yung D15, D100, okay, malalaman niya, no, kung deutanopia ka, protanopia, or tritanopia. Yung Hardy-Rand-Littler naman, malalaman niya din na kung ano ka, kung deutanopia, protanopia, and tritanopia. Pero ang kagandahan sa HRR, okay, Hardy, yan, tama. Mali lang ako, double T pala dapat. Ito. Tandaan natin to guys, ha. Yung kinaiba lang sa Hardy-Rand-Littler test, kaya malalaman niya kung deutanopia ka, protanopia, or tritanopia. Ang maganda dito, kaya niyang i-diagnose if it's mild, okay? If it's mild, if it's moderate, or if it's severe. Okay, yan ang kagandahan. And it can be used, no? For example, color deficient yung isang piloto. Okay, you could use HRR test, no, to be a defense, no, na parang mild pa lang naman ito. So baka pwede i-consider ng company na payagan mo na si employee na di ba? Na sumakay. Okay? O yun, usually mga seamen. Kakatuan. Seamen, okay? Some of them, okay, employ or go to work, no, absent of any color vision defects. But after several years of working, some of them, they develop. No? So usually, explanation dito siguro yung mga chemicals that's going around, no? Siyempre, barko yan eh. Diba? Wala namang puno. Usually, they spend most of the time sa dagat, sa barko, sa loob ng barko. Siyempre, mga ini-emit na mga chemicals ng barko, yung mga ano tawag nito, yung mga cargo nila, baka may mga chemicals. So yun, kawawa. May mga times na mga kapitan pa eh. Back then at Del Mundo Eye Clinic, Del Mundo Eye Center, yun, marami kaming na-witness, mga piloto, hindi yung piloto, more of seamen. Okay? More of seamen. They get color vision defects, no? Habang nagtatrabaho sila. And kawawa. Imagine mo, parang 50, gusto mo pa sana magtrabaho para sa pamilya. Hindi ka na papayagan dahil nagkaroon ka ng color vision defects. Or nagkaroon ka ng color vision defect. Grabe naman to si Miguel, oh. Kakapasok lang. Okay. So yun, wala tayong magagawa dyan, di ba? So mag-retire tayo ng early or ang iba, kasi kapag sa deck ka, pag nasa taas ka, kasi sa barko, dad ko kasi seaman. My late dad. So wala na si dad. But he's a seaman. Sa barko kasi may sa taas yan. Yan yung mga naging kapitan. Tapos sa baba, engineer. So pag example, nasa taas ka, tapos nagkaroon ka ng visual field defect, pwede kang mag-ano sa baba. Mag-ano ka sa baba. Parang babalik ka sa baba. Or tawag ito, siguro kukuha ka ng units. Sasakay ka, mag-ano ka sa baba. Engineer siguro, yun. Ayan. So, yun. Okay? The reality in life, no? So, altered color vision can cause some difficulties with color discrimination task, and the possibility of such functional difficulties should be discussed with the patient. Okay? So, yun usually, pag sa mga employment, yan eh. Okay? Usually sa employment, ito nangyayari. Okay, and also certain conditions could also cause color vision defects like glaucoma, cataracts, and macular degeneration. No? So macular degeneration pwede din because the macula is composed of a lot of cones. Also sa glaucoma din, nasasira din talaga yung color perception mo dyan. So yun, no? So, pwede pala siyang indication, no, of a certain condition when it is acquired later on in life. Okay? Again, color vision deficiency, okay, could be a signal that there is something happening in life if it is acquired, no, later on sa buhay, later on in life. Color discrimination usually changes slightly as the patient ages because of the yellowing of the crystalline lens. Yun, sinasabi ko kanina. And physiological and pathological changes in the macular region. Okay. Okay na siguro to guys. Tama na. Gusto nyo pa? Tapusin na natin yung time. Mga may 15 minutes pa eh. Sige ba tayo? Okay ba tayo? Okay ba kayo? Awat na. Ayaw nyo na? May nag-yes, may nag-ha-ha-ha-ha. Ano kaya ha-ha-ha? Ano yung sabihin nun? Mergis, ayaw na. O, ayaw na din. Jari, ayaw na. Okay na po to, Dok. Pagod na po. Ang dami na po namin pinagdaan na pagdao. Sige, alam niyo, I'm very empathic. I can always put my feet on other shoes. So, it's fine actually. Gawin nyo lang yung may pinagawa lang ako dito. Sagot-sagutan nyo lang ha. But at least may laman naman yung midterm natin ha. May nilagay akong activity ha. Okay? So, what did you learn? Okay? Kung nakikinig nga ba talaga kayo sa akin. Oh, di ba? So, I believe na lahat agree na parang, thank you Doc, sobrang bait. Ay, grabe. Bait at gwapo nyo po. Thank you naman. Oh, sige. Yun na lang guys ha. Next week naman tayo. Unti-untiin lang natin para ano mo yun, para pag baka finals wala tayong ma-discuss pag sobrang bilis eh. Oy, Matt, ano yan? O, sige na, okay tayo. You may take your dinner and do whatever you want, enjoy your life, and just do your activity ha. Thank you guys. Salamat.